Disturbing deep-sea facts that feel fake. The ocean covers most of our planet, but humans have explored more of some planets and moons than we have of Earth's own seafloor. People talk about the deep ocean like it's empty. It isn't. It's crowded. We just rarely get to see what lives there. And when we do, sometimes we wish we hadn't. Today we're going deeper than sunlight can reach, and every minute we descend, things get stranger. Fact 1. The ocean is mostly unknown. When people hear that over 80% of the ocean remains unexplored, they imagine hidden treasure. Reality is less comforting. Most of Earth exists underwater, and huge sections have never been directly observed by humans. We map using sonar. We estimate, we infer. But actually seeing the bottom, that's harder. The deeper you go, the more expensive, the darker, and the more dangerous it becomes. There are places on this planet nobody has ever looked at with their own eyes. Not in history, not once. Fact 2. Pressure that destroys everything. Now imagine descending. At 10 meters underwater, pressure already changes. Keep going. Hundreds of meters, thousands. Eventually you reach pressures so extreme that ordinary submarines fail. At the deepest known point, the pressure is more than 1,000 times atmospheric pressure. Your body isn't built for that. Your bones don't matter, steel doesn't matter, only specially engineered vessels survive, and even then, barely. The ocean isn't trying to crush you, it simply doesn't care whether you survive. Fact 3. Sunlight disappears. Most people imagine the ocean as blue. That's because almost nobody sees where the blue ends. Past a certain depth, sunlight begins disappearing. Red goes first, then orange, then yellow. Eventually, everything becomes blue, then black. Below the midnight zone, there is no sunrise, no sunset, no moonlight, no stars. Creatures there evolved in permanent darkness. Their entire evolutionary history happened without seeing daylight. Fact 4. Things make their own light. Deep sea creatures solve darkness by becoming the light. This is called bioluminescence, but not for beauty. Some flash to communicate. Some use light as camouflage. Others use it as bait. Imagine floating in complete darkness. You notice a tiny glowing point nearby. Safe, small, interesting. Then you realize the light is attached to something much larger, and now it knows where you are. Fact 5. Giant squids were myths. For centuries, people reported giant tentacled creatures. Stories spread. Scientists dismissed many of them until evidence appeared. Then eventually, footage. Giant squids turned out to be real, not fantasy, not legends, just animals living where humans rarely go. Which raises a strange question. How many stories became myths simply because we weren't able to reach the place they came from? Fact 6. The deep sea snows. There's weather in the deep ocean, sort of. Scientists call it marine snow. Tiny particles drift endlessly downward. Dead plankton, organic debris, fragments of life from the surface. Animals below survive on this slow rain. Imagine living in darkness, eating whatever slowly falls from a world you'll never visit. Fact 7. There are underwater dead zones. Some parts of the ocean contain so little oxygen that life struggles to survive. These are called dead zones. Large areas where normal marine ecosystems collapse. No schools of fish, no reefs, just water. Empty. Places where even the ocean feels abandoned. Fact 8. The ocean makes sounds. We don't expect. The ocean carries sound unbelievably well. Scientists record underwater constantly. Many strange sounds eventually get explained. Ice movement, whales, geological activity. But the unsettling part isn't mystery, it's scale. Something can happen incredibly far away and still reach you. You hear it, but have no sense of distance, no sense of direction, only that something exists somewhere. Fact 9. Some deep-sea creatures never meet their own species. Imagine being born, living, growing old, and never seeing another member of your species. Some deep-sea animals live so spread apart that finding a mate becomes one of the hardest parts of survival. For some species, the solution evolved into something disturbing. Males became tiny. They find a female, attach themselves permanently, and slowly lose independence, eventually becoming little more than a biological extension, not partnership, fusion. Fact 10. There are underwater waterfalls. Waterfalls, underwater, sounds impossible, but differences in salt concentration and temperature create dense water currents that flow downward, like rivers inside the ocean. These underwater falls can stretch for huge distances. Imagine swimming, and discovering the ocean itself has weather beneath it. Fact 11. The ocean has lakes. There are lakes inside the ocean. Pools of extremely salty water collect on the seafloor. Creatures can swim near them, but entering can kill some marine life. It looks wrong. Waves, shorelines, ripples. Except none of it should exist. A lake, at the bottom of another body of water. Fact 12. Some creatures eat whale corpses for decades. When a whale dies, it doesn't disappear, it falls, sometimes thousands of meters. And when it reaches the seafloor, an entire ecosystem appears. Creatures feed on a single whale for years, sometimes decades. One body, supporting life long after it's gone. Deep sea forests built from death. Fact 13. There are animals that survive on chemicals instead of sunlight. Most life on Earth depends on sunlight. Deep sea vent ecosystems found another way. Entire communities survive from chemicals released inside the Earth. No photosynthesis, no sunlight, just heat, minerals, and chemistry, meaning life doesn't necessarily need the conditions we thought it did. Fact 14. The deep sea is actually loud. People imagine the abyss is silent. It isn't. Clicks, calls, movement, earthquakes, ice. The ocean carries sound far better than air. Some sounds travel enormous distances, meaning somewhere, far beyond what you can see, something might already hear you. Fact 15. Some creatures have transparent heads. Certain deep-sea fish evolved heads so transparent, you can see inside them. Eyes positioned to look upward, watching, waiting, scanning for movement above. Creatures adapted for a world where food is rare, and missing one opportunity matters. Fact 16. Some deep-sea animals age. Extremely slowly, some deep ocean animals grow slowly, move slowly, live for astonishing lengths of time, cold temperatures, low energy, minimal change, entire lifetimes happening in near darkness, while civilizations rise and disappear above. The deep ocean doesn't move quickly. It doesn't have to. Fact 17. Some fish have stomachs bigger than their bodies. Food in the deep sea is so rare that some fish evolve to eat almost anything they can catch, even if the meal is larger than they are. Some species stretch so far after eating, their stomach becomes nearly transparent. One successful meal can mean survival for weeks or months. Fact 18. There are places where the seafloor looks like a desert. You'd expect the bottom of the ocean to be full of life. Some parts are, others are endless plains, flat, empty, no landmarks, no movement, just sediment stretching farther than you can see. The abyssal plain covers huge portions of Earth, yet most people have never heard of it. Fact 19. Some creatures survive by barely moving down deep. Moving too much wastes energy. Some animals evolve to become unbelievably efficient, waiting, drifting, eating only when necessary. entire lives happening in slow motion. Down there, being fast can be a disadvantage. Fact 20. Some predators hunt by feeling water move. Vision becomes useless in darkness, so some animals detect tiny changes in pressure, a nearby movement, a small ripple. That's enough. Imagine being found without making a sound, without being seen, just because the water noticed you. People think fear of the ocean comes from what's inside it. Maybe that's only part of it. Maybe the deeper fear is realizing that Earth still contains places that feel completely indifferent to us. Dark places, quiet places, places that existed long before people and will keep existing long after us. The deep ocean doesn't hate you. It doesn't want you. It simply doesn't notice you at all.